Hey guys, welcome to Charcoal King. Hey, today we're going to take this top round, put it on the Weber charcoal grill, smoke it, slice that bad boy super thin, pile it high on a big bun with like a horseradish cream sauce. You guys stay tuned. All right, guys, so if you haven't seen it, we're going to do something very similar to that smoked prime rib that we did at Christmas time when we're talking about the Bahamas and the ocean and the water when it was 17 degrees outside in a blizzard. I don't know how that could ever happen. But this is going to be very similar. It's a very common piece of beef, and I thought, man, if we could do that same horseradish crust on this, smoke it, you know you got yourself something good. So let's get started. All right. Here we go. Eye round. I got it from Costco. I'm going to keep some of the fat on there because, as you guys know, fat is
flavor.
Thank you. All right, we'll move that over just for a second. Here we go. Here's our sauce. Little Worcestershire sauce. Probably about a tablespoon. Not looking to kill it. Let's see. Horseradish. We're going to come in here with about a 1-to-1 ratio. So 1, 2. Oh, why not? About 2 tablespoons. We're going to do 1 tablespoon of this good old ground Dijon mustard.
So we got 3 tablespoons of creamy horseradish.
Let's see if I can eyeball it. We're going to try to make 50-50 right here.
You didn't bring an extra spoon out.
I did not, and I'm not going back in to get it. I'm going to freeze to death while I'm doing this. The mayonnaise is probably frozen. This is good theatrics too. It looks like I'm fast forwarding it through the video. All right. For good measure, let's say that's equal parts. So I'm going to say about 3 tablespoons total. And of course, we'll have the links on our website. Guys, give us a couple days. We'll put the recipe down there. All right. Here we go. You guys know my philosophy about fresh garlic. I think sometimes when you put it on the roast, on the beef, or on anything on the grill, I think it just builds a depth of flavor you can't necessarily get with like a granulated garlic. Could be wrong, but I could be right. I think it just melts more in the beef. It's more like a natural flavor. So we're going through about 5 good cloves of garlic. I like garlic. Hey, if you don't like garlic, don't add it. But I'm telling you, with that and the horseradish, it just makes like a crust on the outside. And when you slice it thin, it just, God, I'm telling you right now.
This is going to be good.
It is. Those roast beef sandwiches places ain't got crap on this. Ain't got crap. I am absolutely freezing. I got people asking when you're going to make your video debut. So
not when it's 20 degrees.
No.
Not with this big orange fluffy fur hat I have on.
Right now, it looks embarrassing. She's an Alaskan Eskimo. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying for her, it's brutal. All right. We've got 1 good stick of rosemary. I'm going to finally chop it.
Ooh, what was that
Good
noise?
Night.
Sounded like a cannon going off.
Golly. Just a rough, fine chop. Now this oil, you might say, why mayonnaise on the outside? Well, mayonnaise is going to act like your oil in the whole process. So we're just going to mix this up in our sauce. Look at that. You guys see that? Oh, that's good. All right. Let's season this bad boy up. Some S&P, and then we're going to come back and hit it liberally with that Charcoal King seasoning that I've been talking about. I'm going to do 1 more batch, and I'm going to change a couple ingredients to see how well it meshes, and then we're going to come to a halt on that thing. I don't know what else I can do to make it better.
You don't mess with perfection, you know?
I'm about to mess with a furnace. Put my hand right over the fire. It's a cold one today. All right. Salt, pepper all around. Remember, this is a big chunk of meat, so you can go liberal. You're going to shave it thin, so all your seasonings is going to be on the exterior. The inside's not going to pick up any of this seasoning or flavor. All right, guys, so look, we got our grill pegged in, hovering about 225. I'm gonna hit about 250, so I'm gonna dial it down a little bit. You guys know that I've already got my marks highlighted, so all I gotta do is, there they are. All I gotta do is find them, and that's my low and slow right there. I got all my charcoal off to the side. I got a small amount of charcoal lit. It's gonna burn this way. We got our thermometer. You guys know how I feel about a grill thermometer. Don't be embarrassed to use one. It doesn't matter how many times I can say it. I can never stress it enough. All right, so let's go over to our beef. Now, obviously, I put my seasoning down, and now we're going to go to the wet side. Remember, this is mayonnaise, horseradish, Worcestershire sour sauce, fresh garlic. I love my fresh garlic. We're going to leave a little bit of fat on, okay? That fat's going to render and hopefully baste it. So I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up, because why?
You end with the presentation side.
God,
I am learning so much.
I'm going to tell you, one day, we're going to put hot dogs on the grill for you.
Hot dogs.
Yep.
You think that's all I can cook? Probably. I mean, and that actually might be a stretch.
All right, I'm going to do it liberally. When we had it on our what do you call it? Prime rib for Christmas, people just raved about it.
It was the
crust. It's the crust, yeah.
Yep.
So let's just turn this over. I'm making a mess. Just want to get it liberally.
Okay, question though.
Answer. All right, let's
now, why did you put the dry seasoning on the meat and then you're putting the wet stuff on top?
Ooh.
Why would you not do like the wet on the meat and then the dry seasoning on the wet?
That is a good question. Wow. Damn. Did you do research before we did this? You're putting me on the spot, aren't you? I don't know if there's a right or wrong reason. If somebody wants to comment below, tell me guys what you think. I'd love to hear it. If I had to guess, it's just because you're seasoning beef. The moisture on the outside turns into a crust, so I think I'd be worried that the seasoning would burn more while it smokes. I don't know. That's a good. I mean, I in my mind, I just always think about seasoning the meat, and then you put your stuff on the outside, just like that's no editing. That's literally me talking. We can put that barbecue steak video up right here. We season it first, and then we put the barbecue sauce on the outside. Same thing with this. It's just, I don't know. Hey, if you guys tell me why I'm wrong or right, or tell me something at least. I don't know. That's a good question. Why do you put the seasoning first, then the wetness?
Because because you really want the seasoning to touch the meat, because you're seasoning the meat. That makes sense. In my
mind, yes. That's how I would explain it. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong, but that's how I would want somebody to
That's how we do it.
That's how we roll. All right. Look at that nice browning on it. All right, this is about an hour in. I'm just going to turn it around. Ooh!
Ah! Man down.
Man down. Just going to flip it. Get away from that heat a little bit. Now, I didn't know how long I was going to cook it. We've been here about an hour, and we're sitting on about 100 degrees. So actually, it's pretty close. I'm going to shoot about 120, because then I'm allowing my coals to get really, really hot. I'm going to move it over, and then I'm going to sear it about a minute on each side to get that really deep crust. And then we're going to allow it to rest. So my grill got a little hot. I would say it's about 280. It's been hovering around 230 and 250. I adjusted the dampers, so we're going to go for 120. All right, 120. We'll be back after these messages. All right, guys. So it looks like we're pegging about 118, 119. I want to take it off about 120. It happened faster than I thought it would. I'm about an hour and a half into it. I thought it'd be a 2-hour cook. So what I'm going to do is open my grates. Oh, right here. Get some fire started. Get these coals super hot that's left over. And then I'm going to sear that meat on all 4 sides. All right, so now that I got the thermometers out, I've got my coals super hot. Whew. Whatever's left. Now, I'm not trying to burn it. I don't want to burn my crust that I've worked so hard to get. So, you guys hear that? That's what I'm talking about. All right, guys, so I've seared it on all 4 sides. Like I said, I don't want to overdo it. You guys can tell it's starting to get that crust on the outside, and that's what I'm looking for. It dries it out a little bit and just helps that bark set. All right, the hardest thing to do is let this rest. So what we're going to do is let it rest. We'll be back. All right, guys, so we let the meat rest. Now you know what time it is. Shave this bad boy thin, pile it high, and just All right, let's see what we got here. I'm gonna cut a little knob off first. See what we got on the inside. Ooh. Look at that roast beef. Look at that right there. All right, let's slice it thin. I got my beautiful bun here. It's been steamed. Put a good amount of this horseradish sauce on the bottom. Now look, this beef can be done 1,000 different ways. What you put on it can be done 1,000 different ways. You know, you could add an onion bun and some cheddar, cheese sauce, and make like a roast beef and cheddar. You can pile it high with like banana peppers, onions, bell peppers sauteed, make a nice sandwich out of it. But today I'm just going classic. Beef, it's a little raw onion. Let's get some sliced thin.
Look at how juicy that is.
Now don't get over crazy and slice this stuff thick. It's not the most tender cut of meat in the world. So you're going to offset it by slicing it thin. And don't be worried about not getting full pieces. When it's all said and done, you'll have your shaved beef. And I will say this, you saw it in the video earlier. It's very important to have a good sharp knife, something you feel comfortable with. If you feel more comfortable with a chef's knife, that's fine. A long slicer, that's fine too. Something you feel comfortable with, because you know you're going to do a lot of strokes.
Just try a piece. Just try a piece real quick. Pincher.
Look how juicy that is. And this is perfect for weak sandwiches when I take to work.
Let me try. I'm starved.
First you get a smoke.
Here, I
Smoked
want a small
beef.
piece. Oh, that's a big piece. Hey.
Look at that bad boy. That nice steamed bun.
Oh, there's a piece. Oh, that's flavorful.
Let's see what we got here. That bite from the horseradish is kick ass. That's good. That meat has so much balance of flavors. You can taste the herb, you can taste the smoke. Can't really taste that garlic. We put a lot of garlic in there. But that kicker is the horseradish. Hits you right in the back of the throat. I love it. The raw onion. Man, that's a good sandwich. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to press that subscribe button, pound that notification button, share it with your friends, and thanks for watching. Until next time. That's a good sandwich.